Good morning, welcome back to the channel and welcome. I've had quite a lot of new subscribers over this past week, so welcome everyone. I'm Charlotte and I'm going to be showing you our new house tour, so you will have to forgive the background. If you haven't seen my previous video, we have just moved into a 3-bedroom bungalow with an acre of land and it's a fixer-upper. So we got rid of a lot of our bedroom furniture when we moved, because in military accommodation we'd moved several times with that furniture and it was falling apart. So we thought we would start from scratch in our bedroom this time round, and that is why all of our clothes are on clothes rails behind me, and it'll be a little while, to be honest, before we get proper wardrobes and bedroom furniture, because this room is not our priority. We have a bed to sleep on, we have rails for our clothes, we have plastic containers over there with other things in, but it will do for now. Other rooms in the house are a priority. But yeah, I'm showing you our house tour. I quickly filmed some bits when the day we got our keys, before we moved all of our stuff into the house. So the clips you're about to see, I recorded back on moving day. And if you are subscribed to our new home account, our new home channel, the Homegrown Haven, you may already have seen these clips, because we shared our home tour over on that channel Wednesday just gone. So they will be the same clips. So if you've already seen that, then you might want to skip ahead, because in this video I am going to also bring you a quick tour of the land. So like I said, we have an acre of land that our bungalow is on, and we are going to bring the land tour on our Homegrown Haven channel, but my dad is going to do that in a lot more detail than I will do today, because he's in charge of the land and he knows what's happening and the plans for that, whereas I'm more involved in the house at the moment. So get comfy. I hope you enjoy this video showing you around our empty house when we moved in, and the land that has also, I am actually going to film the land today as I'm filming this bit, but as it stands there has been no work done to the garden at all. My dad's van with all of his gardening tools has been in the garage for the last couple of weeks getting work done on it, so he has frustratingly not had any of his tools. He's gone to get that today, which is why I'm going to hurry around and film it before he does anything to it, so you can see the state of the garden and how it was when we moved in, because once he gets his hands on it, it will be transformed. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy watching our house tour and our tour of our acre of land before the transformation begins. Are you ready for the house tour? I don't want to get you too excited, because it is actually worse than we remember. They've left it in a disgusting state, but this is our forever home. It's a project and we are ready for it. I hope you are too. So this is the front door. I mean, straight away, the front door is disgusting. We need to seriously clean. You can't even see, but there's cobwebs. I mean, look at this. There's cobwebs everywhere. And here is our living room. So it really is an amazing size room. God knows why there's a wardrobe in the middle of the room, but that's what we've got. We've aired it out because the second you come in, it smells like an old people's home. With all their furniture out, the carpet looks even worse than it did when they had furniture in here, because this room, when we viewed it, was super cluttered. There was furniture everywhere. Sorry, the light outside is messing with the light on my camera. The walls are it's just dirty. But this room is going to be the room that we focus on initially, because we want this room to be super cozy for Christmas. and have a lovely family room to come to, and yeah, just be super cozy in time for Christmas. So we obviously have a log burner here. That is my mum's handbag that's on there. We want obviously a gorgeous surround around this fireplace. That is something we really want to strive to do before Christmas, because it's great that it's got a log burner, although it looks disgusting, like they've never cleaned it. The carpet will need to be changed because, again, as you can see, even on this, it looks worse in real life. There's stains all over the place. It's just not very nice. The skirtings, I mean, look at that. It's just dirty. It's just dirty. But these curtains need to come down. The curtain rails, our garden furniture is out there. Look, my mum and George just sat together. This obviously needs to disappear. We will have to do a tip run this week. But just look how big it is. And obviously we probably won't use those doors because this is a living room, but it's really light. It's got massive windows and it's a huge room, and I know that we can get this looking gorgeous. Next up is mine and Carl's bedroom. Now, as you can see, the floor on here, goodness knows why, is a bit of both. Whereas we want carpet in here. But again, a nice sized bedroom, nice big windows. And my mum said that she actually noticed, I didn't notice it before, but on the outside, those windows you can't see in, although this house isn't overlooked at all. So that's why it's a bit darker in here. I wonder if it's the actual window that's like that, or whether they've put something over it to make it darker. I'm not sure. But again, they've left loads of hooks on the walls. The walls are just dirty. They haven't painted this place by the looks of things. Yeah, the floor will need to be changed. It all needs to be cleaned, because if you can see the floor, the marks on the walls, it's just, again, dirty. But again, I'm just really, oh, there's a lovely huge spider up there. But I know when we've got our own furniture in here, lick of paint, we clean it, it's gonna have to be really thoroughly cleaned. Then already it's gonna feel so much different. Out of this window as well, we have this bit of land here, and this is ours, and this will be years down the line, but eventually I would love to do an extension out there and make this, which is mine and Carl's bedroom, so it will be the master bedroom. I would like to make this an extension, so there's a walk-in wardrobe for me and Carl, Carl's, mine, ensuite. So this is literally, I want this a master suite, so this will be twice the size, this bedroom, but that is years down the line. And I've just noticed on the windows that it is like a film that can come off, so we will be taking that off for sure. This is George's bedroom. Again, the carpet needs to be changed. The walls in here are probably the worst ones, because there's hooks everywhere. Hideous curtains need to come down, although we'll probably leave them up for tonight just so that it's dark in here for him. There's even stars on the wall, on the ceilings. They'll have to come down, obviously. More cobwebs. But for a little boy, a really lovely sized bedroom. This is the bathroom. Again, this is a huge bathroom. Again, just needs to clean straight away. Massive cobweb, dirty walls. But I think with a good old clean, there's a bit of a crack in the sink there, but yeah, we can just take all these fixtures off and just really clean it. It just needs a clean and a paint, really, a thorough clean and paint. But I don't know if this has ever been cleaned, but huge bathroom. And yeah, this will be something that's later down the line. Again, because actually this room is fine as it is for now. It's not totally offensive once it's had a clean, but yeah, huge. This room will be my mum and dad's room. This is one that does look like it's been painted like a pale pink. My dad will love that. My dad will love that wallpaper. His favourite colour's pink. This one has wood floor, which, you know, is probably the nicest floor of the whole place. And they do have, so it is just a toilet. There's not even a sink in here, but so there is a toilet in here, so I can't really call it an ensuite, but it just needs turning into an ensuite. So toilet, looks like they were trying to do something with it, and they've put like a plasterboard thing here. When we viewed this wasn't here, so I don't know why they've then gone and put that there. It was just shelves behind there, so we'll knock that down because we intend to put a shower here. It's a really small room, so I think it will just be a toilet, sink, shower, but this will be a nice ensuite for my mum and dad. We will make it that. But this is probably the most garish wallpaper that there is. And then this is actually the front door to the house, but the way you drive onto the driveway, which you'll see on when I show you the land, you will actually never use this door. So, and if you look at the top, again, it's just like the rest of the house. It's grubby, it's not been loved, it's disgusting. There are leaves and dirt all on that ledge. Everywhere. They've left, is this a fridge? I don't even know, but look at the state of it. It's just minging. And again, the intention with this eventually is to sort of create this as part of the house, so it doesn't look like it's different, so that it will all be brick, the same as the rest of the house, and it will just be a lot nicer. And I have visions for this as, you know, not having it as a door at all, and actually having this as like our pantry. So from the kitchen garden, we'll create like a pantry in here. This may change, but this is my thoughts for now, that this will be our pantry where all of our shelves are, all of our herbs and ingredients and fruit and veg in nice wicker baskets, so it won't look anything like it looks now. That is my plans for this for the future, and make it part of the house, because I think they used it as a utility room before, but I intend to have a utility room out here. So this is the kitchen, which I'll show you next, and I plan to push this out so it's alongside the kitchen, and the utility room will be there, and then this will be like a pantry, or we might have it the other way around, who knows. But that is some plans for the future for this house as well. And then the last room of the house is the kitchen, and already, as you can see, the cupboards, they look like you would get in a military quarter. It's not a nice kitchen, but what is really nice about this room is the size of it and the potential. I think the word potential is relevant to the whole of this house. The room itself is really quite big, although this half of the room is actually not used. It's not got anything to do with the kitchen in it. So my plans for this would be to obviously knock out this ugly kitchen and probably close up that door, because actually this little hatch that's here, that goes out onto the hallway, and the front door is here. So I think we'd put a door in there, so you come in the front door and come straight into the kitchen, and then the kitchen will be around, maybe there'll be a door there into the utility room as well, but close that up and then have all of your kitchen along this entire wall. And dining table where I'm stood in the window bit. But it's a really big room. One thing we need to do sooner rather than later is this huge wall that is just separating the, like, closing up the whole room. And this, I'm told, is that can just be knocked down. Obviously with the electrics in there, we will have to be careful about that. But so that's going to come down, and you know, the whole room needs to be redone, as does the whole house, evidently. But ignore all of our stuff that's been unpacked from the van. We are going to bring that in a second. I just wanted to show you a bit of an empty house tour quickly. Gives you a bit of a glimpse of the land. What an amazing view. The views go on for ages, for miles. It's even a bit hazy out there today because it's so hot and muggy. But a lovely big window, and when this kitchen is refurbished, it will be really lovely to look out there on our kitchen garden right down there. You can't even see the bottom of the garden because they've let this grass grow up really long, which wasn't there when we viewed it. So that'll be quite a big job, but the garden goes way past. Okay, so just forgive the mess that's around here. It was actually George's 2nd birthday yesterday, so we had a little bit of a barbecue out here. My dad's, we don't actually have a proper barbecue at the moment. My dad's cob oven is still there. But yes, I am currently stood at our, well, the front door that we use anyway, and it is the back door, but this is what we're using as the front and back door because we don't use the other door. And this is the outlook onto the land. You can hear that whining. That is Arnie inside the house, so he doesn't you'll see in a minute, our driveway doesn't have a gate on it at the moment, so I whilst I'm not concentrating on him, I don't want him to be out here running around just in case he ran out there. So yeah, this is the view from the front door. So around to the right we have this bit of land here, and let me take you around here first actually. So round to the left of our front door, and we have this sort of patio area, a little summer house, but it is very little. We don't actually intend on using that for anything. I think what my dad is going to do is move that down to the bottom of the garden, because there is a bit of a gap in the hedge, and I think we're going to put it in there just so it blocks that gap for safety reasons for George and Arnie, but also it allows a bit more privacy at the bottom of the garden. And then round here at the moment we are using this, it's got some washing lines, and this is what we're using for our washing. And then kind of the front of the house is all protected by this hedge. And if you followed the journey of us purchasing this house, this is the bit of land that was unregistered that caused us a lot of grief. And you can see how we were so frustrated because it's such an insignificant bit of land. And that's what caused us the troubles that we had. So walking back round to the front, obviously this patio area, and the patio area does go around the front of the house here. We do want to extend this out because where our garden furniture is, this is all risen, so there's a bit of a slope down, which you'll see in a minute. We want to pretty much patio most of this and bring this out. That will hopefully be done by next summer, because obviously that's going to be a huge job. And very expensive, but that's what we want to do because you can't really fit the garden furniture on this bit at the moment. I mean, you could, but it would be far too close to the house. So we've been using it over here, but we do want to have a nicer patio because, as you can see, it's all quite uneven. Their kids have drawn all over it. Some of it has already washed away with a bit of rain, but yeah, as you can see, it's quite uneven. And yeah, we just like it to be a lot nicer, but yeah, as I said, it is going to be a huge job. So let me take you down the path. So this is the path that we do have. Again, the plan is to have a path that goes directly down there, I think. Obviously all these plans are in our head initially, but obviously all of this can change as we live in it for longer and perhaps come up with something different. But at the moment, this is what we're thinking, is a path directly pretty much from our front door down, because the hope is that down there where you can see that long grass, the hope is that that's where we will have a greenhouse. We have got one over here at the moment, but it's a bit shabby. It'll do for now, but we'd like a lovely greenhouse in the middle here eventually. So this is our path for now, and again, it's all a bit old and tatty, a bit like the inside of the house. Some of this, since we've moved in, has already come away, so my dad's like, he just wants to get rid of this, and we'll sort a bit of a nicer path. The first thing you come across here, so there is a bit of a pond, but like the house, they've not looked after it. Let me come back a bit. This archway as well. this tree I believe is going to come down. All of this is going to come down because this really blocks a bit of our really lovely view from our kitchen. So I think that this is going to come down. We did and ah because there's a really lovely wisteria over this, but the actual archway, my husband Carl is 6'4". He has to duck under it. My dad has to duck a little bit under it, and it's just not very practical. So I don't think we're completely decided, but it does seem a shame to get rid of such an old wisteria. But any ideas what we could do with it? Because I think my dad said that once you take it out of the ground, that's it, it'll die. But we have spoken about maybe raising this, but we're not too sure yet. But anyway, this is definitely going to come out. This is all going to come out, so it opens up the view even nicer. And then through here, even I have to duck a little bit. And then, so this is the pond. As you can see, they have not loved it. There's broken plant pots in there, and goodness knows what else. So this is also a bit of a hazard for George, and Arnie keeps trying to want to jump in it. So as soon as my dad gets his tools, this is going to get completely knocked out. It's not very attractive. It is a hazard, and yeah, we're just going to knock it out. If this shrub is going to go as well, and then yeah, the path comes down to where we park our cars, our little car park. Our driveway. As you can see, there's no cars there at the moment because my mum and dad are off getting my dad's work van, and Carl is out with George this morning, so that's why I'm quickly able to do this now as well. So this is our driveway. I try and not get the people opposite us, their windows in it. So this is our driveway. As you can see, no gates on it. It's very open. It just needs tidying up. It's just, compared to all the other houses around here, our entrance is very messy, and it just needs some love, which luckily they've got the right people living here now that will do that. So this is the drive. Really nice big space, because you can drive in here and actually, oh gosh, you can drive in here, come around here and then reverse into our parking spaces. My dad has also mentioned perhaps widening this, because we only have the 2 cars, well, since we've moved in we've only had 2 cars parked on here. However, because my dad's bringing his work van back, we are going to have 3, and there's definitely not space comfortably for 3 vehicles to be parked next to each other. So I think he's spoken about perhaps extending it over that side. I'm not too sure, but I think there has been conversations about extending this so you can get 3 cars comfortably parked next to each other, open the doors, no problem. This is a bit of a work shed. It's really substantial and has been an absolute godsend since we moved in, because we do have a loft. And when we viewed the house, the loft had a lot of boarding, and it was really lovely boarded up there, so you could literally put your stuff straight up there. However, since we've moved in and gone up in the loft, my dad was really, honestly, he was so so disappointed that the guy that lived here before has actually taken all of the boarding out of the loft, so you can't actually put anything up there yet. So we are that's going to be another expense to reboard the loft before we can put anything up there. But for the time being, all our boxes that we haven't yet unpacked and anything that would go in the loft, usually Christmas decorations, is all in here. You can lock this, which is really good. So it's essentially like, we don't have a garage, so this has been an absolute godsend. And it's got some of my mum and dad's freezers in there with produce that he grew on his allotment, so we have been able to plug all of those in so we don't lose any of that. Ignore this over here. This is stuff that still needs to go to the tip. We did a tip run a couple of days ago, but there's still more that needs to go. Plant pots, I believe my dad plans on putting these around the driveway. And then here you get a bit of a nicer view from here of the actual land. So this, you can see the acre, so you might have heard the traffic then. So there's the gap in the hedge just there, and the other side of that, just down, because it is risen up, but just down there is a road. It's just a B road. It's actually not that busy. The only, when you hear louder things going along it, it's usually tractors. So yeah. And then this, you can see a better perspective. Again, this tree is hanging pretty low, and my dad's plans are to cut some of the lower branches off so it all rises up, because we have got a bit of an entrance underneath here, but because they've actually, I don't know if you can see this old swing set that's been left, but because that just needs going to the tip as well, my dad untied the swing from it and has popped it under the tree, which George absolutely loves. He's a bit too small yet to sit on it properly because it's not one of the baby swings, it's a normal swing, but he loves putting his belly on it and twisting himself around. So yeah, but we'll head over there in a minute. All of this grown up grass was actually not like this when we viewed it. This was all lawn, so it was all like this, but they've just allowed this bit to grow up. So that's going to be quite a big job to get all of that grass back down to this level, because again, I believe if you can see the blue rope, that is my dad sort of marking out where he wants his kitchen garden to go. He's going off the size of what his allotments were, because he had 2 plots, so he wants a similar size to that. And yeah, he's been marking it out already, so all of this grass will go. A lot of these trees will go as well. I believe there's going to be a couple. We've got a really lovely apple tree over there, but a lot of these are going to disappear, and this is where a kitchen garden will appear over the next probably 6 months. Coming down here, again, I'm not an expert on what everything is. I believe this is all going to go. This greenhouse is housing our cardboard at the moment, because my dad does plan on doing no-dig beds. Again, I'm not too au fait with that at the moment, but I do intend on learning, and I believe that they are going to use we are going to use the cardboard from our boxes to sort of kill the ground over here and then put soil on, and that will be our no-dig beds to grow our fruit and vegetables. We've got a plum tree here which has really lovely plums on it, causes a bit of a mess, and George loves stamping on them. So yeah, I believe that's going to stay. The wood store is down here. Oh, it's me sliding on a plum. Again, this was all here untouched since we've moved in, so this just needs tidying up, and I'm sure that this will look like a stunningly organised wood store when my dad has finished with it. So there we go, we are right by the end of the garden now, and the only part that is unprotected with fencing or a hedge is this bit. So we have got some fencing, some wire sort of mesh fencing to put along here so that George and Arnie cannot get out there. Obviously at the moment they are not coming down here without us with them, but yeah, we intend on closing that off. Again, over time we want to put a hedge in here, and obviously that will take some time to grow up, but for now I think this is where the summer house might go. And then I'll just take you around the path, around the long grass. But all of this, like I said, will be our kitchen garden. But they have left a bit of a nice path around, so you can walk all the way around the land. Under damson trees. I have done a few laps of this garden already with George. He loves coming down here. And it brings you to the big tree where George's swing is. And my dad has brought over a little table and chairs, because George likes to spend a lot of time under here. So we've got a bit of a seating area for when we have to come down here with him, and yeah, because sometimes when he is on the swing, he does like to just bolt it down there, so you always have to be with him. But luckily, eventually the garden will be so open, you'll be able to see him for quite a long way. But at the moment, the long grass is kind of inhibiting our view of him when he gets past a certain point. And then this is a bit of a chicken coop that they've left. Again, we're not entirely sure what to do with this yet. We have spoken about having chickens, but that won't be for quite some time yet. We have a lot of other things to be looking after in this garden, sorting the house before we even thinking about having chickens to look after, but maybe in the future. Watch this space. So you can see here the slope down onto the lower part of the land, so we really want to sort of divide it up. So the hope will be that, like I said, the higher bit will be mostly patio, and then down here, this bit, the shorter grass down here, will be kind of like George's garden, where he can, you know, as he gets older, play football and stuff on this bit of lawn, all the way along here and all the way along there. And then where the blue rope was, roughly, will be a kitchen garden. We'll probably fence that off with a low, you know, sort of picket fence. So yeah, the plan is to properly section off the land. But yeah, so that is a very brief overview of the land. Like I said, oh, butterfly. This plant here gets so many butterflies on it. My dad did tell me what it was called, but I can't remember. So if you know, let me know in the comments. But George loves going to it when he can see all the butterflies on it. If you want to see more detail, do go over and subscribe to the Homegrown Haven YouTube channel, where my dad will be bringing you the land tour very soon, and he will go into far more detail about certain things than I can, because like I said, he's in charge of this and he knows exactly what's going to be happening with it and the intricacies of it and how much work it's actually going to take. I don't think I quite realise yet, but I fully intend to get involved and learn, because we are going to be building a kitchen garden from the ground up, and I really want to learn so that when my parents are away in their caravan, Carl and I know exactly what to do so that the kitchen garden doesn't go overgrown whilst they're away for a week or two. It's so bright out here this morning already, and I think it's only about 9 o'clock. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that tour of our house and the land. Like I said, go and subscribe to the Homegrown Haven, because I'm going to be bringing so much more to you over there to do with the house and the land. All of the kitchen garden being sorted, the house renovation. I will bring snippets of it over here, but obviously I will still be bringing lots of tropic updates and events and all that kind of thing, as this channel pretty much is. But like I said before, this is my life on this channel and things that I love, and that now includes our forever home that we are transforming into our dream home. And so I will bring you little bits, but if you want to sort of learn along with me on how to start growing your own fruit and veg, because I am clueless, then yeah, come and join us on the Homegrown Haven. You'll see all of the family over there more often. We're bringing one video every Wednesday at the moment. Our first one, like I said, went live last Wednesday, and your support over there on our family channel will be really appreciated. But if you like this video, please give this a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, as I bring a video every Sunday and I'm not going anywhere. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.